Today is the day we are officially heading. What are you Today's the day we are officially heading back to the cold weather. We are flying from Cape Town to London. This is our first actual experience on Virgin Atlantic. It is also Aaron's longest flight he will ever be on, and I think it's tied for my second longest. It's going to be about 11 and a half to 12 hours flying up to London. It's made even better by the fact that we both have middle seats that are not by each other. So it's going to be a long 11 hours.
So as Erika said, we took our 11-hour flight from Cape Town, Africa, all the way up to London Heathrow,
where we checked in, enjoyed some complimentary drinks, and stayed for just one night.
And then we had to run from one gate all the way to another to catch our flight that was almost closing.
Then we flew to Helsinki, where we had some blueberry juice for the first time, which was delicious.
And then we hit up another lounge in Helsinki just before we hopped on over to our last destination.
And now we're here in Krakow. So this morning we are actually waiting for a bus to take us to Auschwitz, and it should be leaving here shortly.
Let's go.
We have arrived to Auschwitz. We're waiting for our slot to enter, which is like 20 minutes away. We're gonna enter soon. We're not gonna really do any talking probably while we're inside, but it is so cold. It looks like there's probably a cold front actually through all of Europe right now. Yeah, we knew it was gonna be cold, but I think just coming from warm, we didn't get anything like gradual to get us to this point. So here we are.
So we finished up at Auschwitz, and it was interesting. I almost forgot how it felt. It's like it was like a very somber, sad experience. Some of the things you saw kind of like angered you, made you sick to your stomach and stuff like that. But it's really important that I think everybody who can go visit this.
Yeah, I mean overall, somber day. Super cold the entire day, so I can only imagine what it was like back during that time. But I guess that's going to probably conclude today. We're
Yeah.
just waiting for our train back to Krakow.
On to less somber, more festive things tomorrow. Well, kind of
Sort
ish.
of. We started off the morning, grabbed some pastries, as you know, we like to. And we've been doing some thinking about Krakow, because this was actually the end point to the very first big trip that we did together. And I absolutely fell in love with the city. I didn't really know why. I just really liked it. I don't know if it's the history, the food. It's very economical. But I really liked it, wanted to come back, and so that was one of the big reasons we actually came back. It was actually the place too that we first did our walking tours. And if you know us, we're obsessed with walking tours.
Yep.
So we're gonna go on one now.
The most exclusive crate that they have there.
So, beautiful walking tour. The city's beautiful in its own right, even outside of the summer, even the winter.
Yeah, I think we have a hard time kind of figuring out how to put the walking tours on the video, because it's more like for our knowledge of the city than anything else.
It's kind of just showing off the beauty of the city.
Yeah, we did a Jewish Quarter tour, so it took us through the Jewish ghetto at the time of World War II. But now we're gonna head to Schindler's Museum, which has been my favorite museum that I've ever been to. So that's why we're going back.
Probably won't film anything. I think after that, we're going to jump straight into our first Christmas market this year.
Yeah. I got my very first mulled wine. I've been waiting years to be able to have this at a Christmas market, so I'm excited. I'm too scared to drink it right now because I think it's too hot. So we're gonna get our other food and then we'll taste everything. Okay, we got all of our food. We got one with a soup. Aaron chose it. It's beans with meat and big fat chunks, which I'm not super fond of. We got a sauerkraut with meat, with horseradish and bread. I haven't actually tried it yet. Maybe I should try it. It's really good. The horseradish adds something extra to it, in my opinion. And then I did get to try my mulled wine finally. It's basically everything I dreamed of. This is the red wine. They actually had a white wine as well, but I went with the classic red.
So they can basically charge an arm and a leg here, as with any market. Be sure you're not afraid to come and spend money when you come to one of these. The soup is good. I'm not a huge fan of the giant chunks of fat though. First time I've ever tried mulled wine. Ooh. It's got a spicy flavor. I don't know if I'm a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of the warmth though. So being our first Christmas market outside of the US and our first actual big Christmas market, it's a bit overwhelming. There's so much food that I want to try it all, but we have so many markets that we're going to go to that might as well just take it slow. And it's going to hurt our wallets if we don't.
What?
Thoughts on the market?
Lots of food. Hence lots of people. I feel like it's very nice here though, because it's in the main square. So it's very quaint. Well, it's not that quaint. It's very bustling. Bustling is a better word for it. I don't know if that's all I got right now. I'm just looking for my ornament. In addition to the outdoors, there's also this big indoor section. I use the word indoor loosely because it's still kind of open air, but there is maybe less people in here. Look what I found. I found one that actually says Poland and Merry Christmas, so it's in English. We were going to get the Polish one, but then I stumbled upon this one. So I guess that's it for this Christmas market. We have one more tomorrow, and then we are moving on to our next city to do even more. But until tomorrow. Yeah, we were still hungry after the market. Came down the street to get some pierogies. We got a variety, what's it called? Oh, the tasting mix. And so it basically has all of their savory pierogies on one plate. I already tried what I think is the pork. It's really good. Pierogies are essentially just like dumplings of deliciousness. Oh, I think this one's potatoes and cottage cheese. This is the one I was most excited for.
Didn't you say this is a traditional?
Potatoes and cottage cheese is really delicious. This is like a traditional Polish dish. Traditional Polish dish. It's available at pretty much every restaurant from what I read. We haven't eaten at many restaurants, so we've done a lot of takeaway. It's insane, actually. This same plate size is 24 zloty here. It was 44 zloty at the market. So, walk right down the street a block and a half and get them here instead. Did you want to taste it? Alright, today is our last day in Krakow. Actually, our last day in Poland. And we picked up some food this morning and we're heading to the salt mines today. We're going to explore the salt mines, and then tonight we have a night train, so it's going to be a long day for us.
Maybe some more markets later too. This is actually a popular thing to do. I didn't even know.
That's why I did it. It was highly recommended.
Look at all these
You get a
people.
fucking commission for Splitwise or something.
There you go.
PayPal.
Waiting our turn. Here we go. We are going down a long route.
300 something steps.
380. So this mine has been in use for 750 years, and some of these logs are from like the 15th century.
It's insane to think of how far we are underground and how much earth is up there, but also that it's just a small fraction of the Earth's crust and how massive Earth is.
I was thinking more in relation to how deep the mine goes, but
Yeah, and it's barely anything compared to the Earth's crust.
she said we can lick the walls, they'll taste like salt. I'm not going to recommend it. Sounds like a lot of germs. Here's your chance to lick it.
That's what she said?
So this chapel is actually still in use today. You can come to services every Sunday. So tomorrow.
You know, it's even more impressive is that all of the sculptures, the floor, everything in here is completely made of salt. And I think it took about 70 years to build this chapel. I feel like I'm a mine worker leaving work for the day with all my other miners.
There is a whole herd of us. And as usual, we come out at 4 p.m. and it's dark.
Ooh,
I can't get used to this.
I think I'm kind of used to it. But salt mine was cool. It's interesting. Not my favorite, not something I was passionate about, but it was really cool to see.
It is really cool, but I mean, we did go on it's called the tourist route, and it is very touristy, catered to tourists for sure. But it is really cool, all the stuff that they like etched into the walls and stuff like that in the chapel. My recommendation would be to make the group size smaller. If you're in the back, you can hardly hear, and it would just make it feel less cramped and claustrophobic.
Now we're gonna hit up our last market before we leave Poland. One of the things that I fell in love with while we were here, we've only had it once otherwise, is I can't pronounce it, zawianetki. Essentially a toasted baguette with mushrooms, cheese, and whatever toppings you want on it. You can really mix it up.
The last ones that we had, they had like some specialty ones. I had camembert cheese with cranberry and some big salad. I don't know, it was so good. But they were gonna get a classic one with the mushrooms and cheese.
And chicken. This is good as the other one. It's perfectly crisp, kind of soft in the middle. You can customize it with whatever you want. It's so cool. Look at it steam. It's almost hot as Erika and I. We're lady in the tramping it.
We have arrived at our second Christmas market. This one is the Galleria Christmas market, so it's just outside of the big mall. First impressions, it is not as big, it is smaller than the other one, and there's a lot of people in the mall, but less here in the actual market. So we're gonna explore the stalls, see if we find any food we need.
I will say this about this market. They do have an ice rink that you can go ice skating on.
The market really is pretty small, so the one thing we've decided to get here before we move on to our next place is cheese with cranberry. It's grilled cheese with cranberry. I did already take a bite. I don't know what kind of cheese it is, but it's like a little bit salty, so with the cranberry, it's on point. It's delicious. I don't know if this is gonna be Aaron's favorite. We were just stopped to see if someone asked us if we had a channel on YouTube. That was exciting. Not a big channel on YouTube, but there is a channel there.
Overall, this is a pretty cool market, small compared to the one last night, but worth a stop if you're over here in the mall or you're taking a train.
I did consider getting some old wine, but the line for it is a little excessive, so I'm just gonna stay away.
I think we're going to
Get more pierogies.
get more pierogies, and then from there we're gonna go get on our overnight train, do a quick walkthrough.
I'm actually really excited for this train today. We still have another almost an hour before we leave, but this is only our second overnight train of this trip so far. The first one was in Romania going to Bulgaria, and this one is going to be better timing. We're not gonna have to wake up at 6 a.m. to get off the train, which is nice. And we have the entire compartment to ourselves. So I'm really excited. I hope I'm not let down, but I read this is a pretty nice train.
Oh, hold on, these are already nice.
I know. I'm so excited. This is our abode. This is so much nicer than the last one. And we barely walked in.
I'm gonna go do a quick tour of the bathroom before everyone starts to get in there and dirty it up. I was confused. I did not know how to open up the bathroom until I realized you had to go back to your room, go back to your door here, and then you had to grab your key card in order to gain access to it. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Erika is not going to believe this. You get a full-on shower on this. She had no idea. She was like, we're not going to get a shower. Guess we're going to get a shower. Look, you get the sink. You can poop on here. That's a given. Amenities. Oh, you can... It smells nice right here with that. They have a shower.
No, they don't.
A full-on shower in there. Full-on. Are you gonna shower?
Probably not. I already dry shampooed. I'm tempted though, just because it's there, to say I showered on a train.
Why don't you give us a tour real quick?
So this train compartment is honestly more than I had hoped for. But you could choose how many people were in it, and then if you wanted the whole compartment to yourself. So we got one with just us two. You don't have the most room width-wise, but it's very nice. We each have our own bed, bunk beds, top bottom. It is laid out with a nice blanket. It's nice and toasty warm in here. And we got a full menu that we can order from. It's already like 10:30 at night, so we're not gonna get food. But we also get breakfast included. And so we have the choices here. And then we got a little welcome bag. Oh, there's something else in there too.
So,
Soap and slippers. I'm gonna probably take the slippers because I need some. On top of that,
oh my gosh, more water?
but this is so nice. Yeah, there's like 4 bottles of water in here. And there's plugs. Where are all the plugs? It's already late. We're gonna try to actually get some sleep on this train, which I think we will succeed in. I'm excited. This is so nice. It's so much nicer than I thought it would be. What are your thoughts on this one compared to our last sleeper?
It's like many steps above. I am not going to be able to sleep tonight probably because I'm so excited with how nice it is. But maybe we can do like a long-term travel or something on something like this. Like this Siberian Express or something.
I really want to do the Trans-Siberian, but it's not the best time to do that right now.
Yeah.
One day.
Oh. Well, we'll try to go to bed. Good night, Hamban.
Good night.